Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a video overview of PGBot version 2.002. It is new, it is visually appealing, and it is working well. Just want to show you guys how to use this because it is a little bit different than the past versions, and since it is paid now and I don't see any people really talking about the new updates that are going on, I'd like to show you. So first off, you need to log in with your PGBot forums account here, so I'm going to go ahead and do so now. And once we've logged in, you'll see some more settings here. If I move this down, we've got a new tab, Discord chat, center map. Basically, new tab is going to allow you to run multiple applications at once if you want to run more than one account. Discord chat will bring you to the Discord chat channel. Center map will bring you to the point on the map where you are actually at this time. If you, for some reason, lost where your marker was, which we'll show in a second. Logging in here, you want to log in with a Google account or a Pokemon Trainer account. If you want it, whichever one you have, go ahead and do so there. Proxies, if you want to use them, don't need those necessarily. Your starting longitude and latitude you can add in right here. This will help you to start off where you want to right off the bat. I'm going to go grab those right now. Okay, so I just dropped in our latitude and longitude of Pier 39 in California just because we're going to use that quickly. You have your boss land keys, your capture keys, not needed so far on this. If you do want your 2 capture key or boss land keys, if you do have them, throw them in here now. I would say if you're running more than one tab at a time, you probably are going to need these along with proxies. But again, for one account, you should be okay. Hotspots you can add if you want to just get your latitude and longitude without looking things up. Down at the bottom, you've got your log and your settings if things have been running already and you logged out, but we don't have any information there because we haven't logged in yet. So you're going to hit login. If you're logging in with the Google account, you're going to need to click on the link, and once you've grabbed your key, you're going to paste it in here. Follow the on-screen instructions, log in with the Google account that's tied with the account you're trying to log in with, authorize it, click OK, and this is just allowing the app to use and function on your account, to have permission to open up your account within the program here. Alright, so we have logged in at Pier 39 as you can tell, and things look a little bit different. Let's go full screen on it for you. Things do look a little bit different here. You got Pokestops, you got gyms, which is this blue thing here. There's also should be some red and yellow gyms here. There's another blue gym there. Let's see if we can zoom out some more. Zoom back in. Blue gyms everywhere for now, I guess. So we've got blue gyms, and we've got our point is in here somewhere. There we go. That's us. That's your little marker is what is you from now on. You got the Pokemon all around you, so there's a ton of them all over the place. And what we're going to do here, we have our Lucky Egg timer, our Incense timer, and our candies for our buddy, which right now happens to be a Lapras. Over here, this will change as you run the bot. It will show you the current action being performed. So I'll show you as we go along here about how we go ahead and do all this. Again, you got progress, all this stuff going on. You've got your loot, your disposed, your caught, your fled, your transferred, your evolved, your hatched, and your eggs. All of these things are great, really visual. I'll show you as we continue on here what exactly is going on with that and what has changed. But what you want to do here, all these are pretty self-explanatory. If you do have the basic version, you don't have auto snipe, breaks, or gym battles included. So if you do want tutorials on how to use all those or how those all work, let me know. I'll enable those and we'll show you guys how that all works. But generally what I do first is go to your advanced settings because you want to set all this stuff up. And you could either import one of your files here if you have it saved, but if it is your first time, you're going to want to do what I do here. So these are all going to be set for your security reasons so that your account will automatically stop after you've hit a certain amount and you won't get banned. If you do want to set, obviously, unlimited incubators only, it will not use your incubators that have limits on them if you want to use that. If you have gym battles enabled, you're going to want to mess with these if you do have that. And legacy walking, I don't actually know what that does just yet, but I have not checked it, so I've always left it off. Moving on, your walker settings. Down here you can change your speed like you did before. So I'm going to just put this on like, let's see, like a 13.565. That'll work. Speed variation, let's put this one on a 4.23. That'll work. Just do something random here. Don't want this to be too crazy, too quick, but you do want to move this around. This will help you to avoid getting banned, which again shouldn't happen anyways. I've had this running for a while now and had no issues with that. What you want to do is save this stuff. You can again export these so that you can have all these settings saved for every time, but you probably want to vary this up every time you come on just because that will help to give you some more less of a footprint. Leave less of a footprint for the game to check. So on here, you got settings. If you don't want to catch certain types of Pokemon, you have enough of them or you don't want them, go ahead and check them here. For the ones that you don't want, you can uncheck or check all here if you want to do that. Capture attempts, you want to set this here, so you could put in, I'm going to put in, just go ahead and put 15 capture attempts in. If you don't catch it after 15 times, I'm going to go ahead and give up there. Use raspberry, I'm going to say raspberry above, maybe like, well, you know what, yeah, let's do 500, 500 CP, and best ball above 500 CP. You can change both of those right here. Again, save and all that stuff. If you want to have it automatically transfer Pokemon that you don't want, you can go ahead and do that here. If you change this, it means keep at least, you know, if you want to keep at least 5, it'll keep at least 5 of every single type of Pokemon that it catches. For me, I really don't care. I'm going to put 0 because I only want ones that match my other criteria, which is transfer below if it has an IV that's lower than 90%. So I want to keep everything that's 90% IV or higher, and I want to keep everything that's 1000 CP or higher. If you don't know what all these things are, CP is combat points. That's its actual level, and IV is kind of like a hidden level. You guys should all know this already. If you're using a bot, you should know what these things are. I want to enable IV and CP filter. If you want to transfer favorites, yes or no. I don't have any favorites set, but you can change this so that it will avoid or ignore favorites, stuff like that. Things if you don't want them to be included in here. Again, if you have certain Pokemon that you don't want to transfer, you want to load up on a certain kind for some reason, for Evos or whatever, like maybe Pidgeys or something, you can check them in here and it'll save them all for you. But again, you're good with that. Evolving, if you want them to evolve, go ahead and, you know, got your settings here. Don't evolve. It's all kind of the same thing all the way across here. Evolve your favorites. Don't evolve your favorites. If it's unchecked, use lucky eggs if you want it to automatically do that for you. I'm not going to do that. Item-wise, this is what you're going to want to put for the items that you want to keep. So, for instance, if it has 51 Pokeballs, it's going to throw out one of them to match only 50. If you have nothing set in it, it's going to keep as many as it collects. So for me, I limit all the Pokeballs to 50 apiece, which normally it never throws them out because I'm catching so frequently. Potions, I don't want any of these, really, regular ones, so I just put 1. It'll throw everything out except one of them. Super Potions, Hyper Potions, Max Potions, I want them to keep everything that I get of those. Revives, I want to keep 100. And then Raspberries keep 50. The rest, as many as I get, it will keep. If you don't put a number in here, it will keep everything that it collects. So remember that. Okay. I think that's about all of our settings here, though. So what we're going to do is go ahead and click save there and save again, and we're going to close out. I don't actually think you have to click save here, per se. If you do want to put a profile name, you could do it, but I don't know. Either way. Down here, you want to check walk. I want to check catch Pokemon. I want to check farm Pokestops, transfer Pokemon. I don't want to evolve Pokemon. I'm going to incubate my eggs, and I'm going to dispose of my items. So I'm going to go ahead and hit start. And what you should see is, okay, transferring one Pokemon, so it's automatically, again, starting to transfer something. I have a Pokemon in here that doesn't meet my criteria, so it's getting rid of that now. And as it refreshes, it should show the path. It's catching 8 Pokemon, so it's going to go through and catch every single one of these Pokemon here. And once that's done, it'll draw a green path on here, and you'll see exactly where it's running around at. And we can actually see the progress as it's coming across here. Where is the log? There we go. Okay, so log. You can check the log like you would be in the past if you wanted to watch exactly what's happening here, if it's catching, things like that. You can also check over here the Pokemon that it has caught along the way so far. So we've just caught a Rattata, an Eevee, a Psyduck, and a Tentacool. It's got the IV levels, the CP levels, and the candy, how many of each candies for that particular type of Pokemon that you do have, the timing. If any fled, the ones that have been transferred, so it's showing who it transferred. So far, it's only got rid of one of my Rattatas here. Evolved, hatched, eggs, all that stuff. Disposed of, or loot that you've collected, which we don't have any just yet, but I'm going to let this keep rolling. We're catching more Magikarps, Psyducks, Tentacools. All right, everything's getting collected. And there we go. The green path just loaded here, so we're going to keep walking. It's spinning 2 Pokestops. You can see what's going on. I think you guys get the gist here. This thing is awesome. Super cool. That's pretty much the breakdown. Again, this will show you all your stats over time, all that stuff. We caught 8 Pokemon just now already. We collected 6 items. We can see exactly what we collected over here. 5 regular Pokeballs, 1 potion. It'll show what we disposed of, if anything. I don't think it threw anything out yet, but we're catching more Pokemon over here. We just caught a Tentacool and something else, I believe, down at the bottom, Magikarp. All right. So that's pretty much the gist of how this works. I know I went through fairly quickly, but really it's pretty simple and straightforward and very visually appealing now. I mean, you can check everything again. It stops and catches all 5 Pokemon right there. I think the legacy walking might have to do with that. I think it might continue to walk as it's catching Pokemon, but I'm not 100% sure. Thanks for watching. Hope that helped you guys understand how this goes. Let me know if you got any more questions, and I'll catch you next time.